Hi, this is Steve Cook. Now, in my last video, I told you about the day I lost $63,000. I told you about the prospectus. I also told you about discovering there had once been over $128,000 in my retirement account. And I told you about the night I realized I hadn't been saving for retirement, that I'd been gambling. What I didn't tell you was what happened next, because losing the money wasn't the worst part of it. The worst part was watching everything else disappear. You see, when I lost my job, I honestly thought it was temporary. I thought I'd find another job, get back on my feet, and move forward. But that's not what happened. Instead, my life began to unravel, and it unraveled fast. Within 5 months, we lost everything. Not some things, everything. The money, the cars, the house, everything. The first car was repossessed, and that was painful. But the second car is the one I'll never forget, because by then we knew what was coming. We knew the repo men were looking for it. So we came up with what we thought was a brilliant plan. We decided to hide it. A friend of mine had a sister, so we took my wife's car and parked it at her house, out of sight, out of mind, or so we thought. Now, for a little while, it actually worked. Then, one day, the phone rang. The car was gone. I couldn't believe it. I remember asking, how in the world did they find it? Then we learned what really happened. The repo men weren't even looking for our car. They were looking for hers. As it turns out, she was more than 90 days behind on her car payments too. They showed up looking for her vehicle. And while they were there, they ran the license plates on my wife's car. And when they did, they discovered that it too was more than 90 days behind as well. And just like that, both cars were gone. Now, I can laugh about it today, but trust me, I wasn't laughing then, not even close, because when you're living through something like that, it doesn't feel funny. It feels hopeless. Every phone call makes your stomach tighten. Every knock at the door makes your heart race. Every bill feels like another punch to the face. And eventually, something happened that I wasn't prepared for. I became depressed. No, really depressed. Not the kind of depression where you're just having a bad day. I'm talking about the kind where you wake up in the morning and don't even want to get out of bed. the kind where your confidence disappears, the kind where you stop believing things are going to get better, the kind where you start questioning yourself, questioning your decisions, questioning your future, questioning everything. I remember sitting alone thinking, how did this happen? I worked hard. I did what everybody told me to do. I saved money. I contributed to my retirement account. I wasn't reckless. I wasn't trying to get rich overnight. I was just trying to build a future. And yet, everything was falling apart. Then came the final blow. Our house. A brand new custom built home. Gone. 5 months. 5 months. Almost 2 years to build. 5 months to lose. I still remember the feeling. Standing there realizing that everything I worked for was disappearing right in front of me. And there wasn't a thing I could do to stop it. Now, here's why I'm telling you this. Not because I want sympathy, not because I enjoy talking about one of the most painful periods of my life. I'm telling you because I was in my late 30s when this happened. And I had something that many people watching this video don't have. And that was time. I had time to recover, time to rebuild, time to learn, time to start over. And by the grace of God, I did. But what if I had been 65? What if I had been 68? What if I had already retired? Where does the recovery come from then? That's the question that changed my life. Because right now, millions of Americans can log into their retirement accounts and see numbers that look pretty good. And maybe they are. But I learned something the hard way. Numbers can change fast, very fast. And when those numbers change, consequences follow. That's why I believe retirement is the single most important subject in your life going forward. Not because retirement is about money. Retirement is about consequences. The money is only the beginning. What happens after the money changes is what really matters. And I learned that lesson the hard way. And it changed the way I looked at retirement forever. Now, in my next video, I'm going to tell you a story you've heard your entire life. The story of the Titanic. And why I believe it contains one of the most important lessons about risk ever taught. Now, I'll see you in the next video.